Okay, fabulous artists, we are going to make a bouquet for mom or grandma or anybody else you want to give this to. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to start with a regular 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. One of the other students used a colored piece of paper and actually came out really good if you want to do it that way too. But you start by taking the corner of your paper and this side here, and you're going to fold it to make a triangle shape like that. Oops, I didn't line it up completely even, but that's okay. So now if you have scissors, you can go ahead and cut off this extra rectangle shape. Or another trick is you can fold it and fold it the other way. Make sure you're pressing down really good on that crease and fold it again a couple times, because after you fold it a couple times, you should be able to just tear it off. Let's see if I did it enough. Yep. Keep one finger right here and the, oops, got a little bumpy, but that's okay. This is a good alternative if you don't have any scissors around. All right. So now you're going to open up your paper like a diamond. You're going to take the right side and you're going to fold it to the center line. And crease it all the way down. And then you're going to take the left side and you're just going to fold it so it goes a little bit over and you still have a crease at the bottom. See that? A nice point. So there you go. So this one's a little crooked, but that's okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my bouquet and I'm going to start drawing. So I'm going to show you some different flowers. The first thing I do is I draw 3 circles in a triangle shape. So one here, one a little higher up, and one down. This kind of gives me some good spacing to start off the bouquet. You have a few options. You can do circles for the right around this side here. Or you can do long petal shapes that look like tall, skinny hills. Zoop. And one thing I do to make sure I can fit all the flowers in is I start with one that goes on top. I then go to the bottom. Then I go to each side, right in the middle. And then I go in between. This way, I can make sure that I get all my petals sort of the same size. Now remember, flowers are not perfect. So it is totally okay if the petals look differently. And it's also amazing to go off the page because it makes it look more realistic than trying to squeeze in an extra flower. Sorry, I'm losing my voice. So I just filled in the extra spaces with some more flower shapes. You are welcome to do any other types of flowers. I think I'm going to add one more right here. And I'm going to make kind of a squiggly center. And what kind of flower do I want to make now? Maybe I'll make one with big petals. So I'm going to do one on the top, one on the bottom. Now this petal is going to be behind this flower. So I'm going to stop right there. And this petal is going to be behind this flower. And then I'm going to add a couple in between. All right. And let's add a tulip over here. So a fun way to make a tulip is to make the letter U come down all the way, then meet in the middle, and then come up and down. And I think I'm going to make the bottom of a tulip right here just so I don't have a blank space. And I'm going to go off the paper, and that's totally okay. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 flowers. You can draw stems for all of them going all the way down to the bottom, and I'll show you just in a second. So I have 1, 2, oops, I went a little big there, that's okay. 3, 4, 5. Remember to draw 2 lines for the stems and one last one. Even though it's not going all the way up to that flower, we know that this guy needs a stem too. Okay, so once you have all those drawn, they go all the way to the bottom into this triangle shape here, because remember, this is the wrapping, like that, okay? Then you can add a couple leaves in the blank spots if you want to make it a little bit more colorful. Some of the other artists that have already done this wrote messages right here to Mom, but make sure you write it in a pencil, because if you write it in a marker, it'll show through on your wrapping, unless you're using really thick paper. So on this beautiful bouquet that I drew a bow, so you can do that. And you can put maybe a little piece of tape, or if you have some yarn around the house, you can also tie up your bouquet to make it have a little bit of dimension. So the last step I did was I took this very edge here and I lined it up with the outside. And I folded to present those flowers there. And then do the same thing on this side. Take that very edge, go to the side, and fold it down. And look at that. You have a beautiful bouquet that you can tie up, or you can hold it. This was inspired by a piece of art I saw from one of the other art teachers on Instagram. I can't remember who it was now, so it wasn't my idea completely, so I'm sharing the credit. Okay. See you guys soon. Bye.